Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with Far Cry 4. Travel to Himalayas, into the fictional country of Kyrat, and of course try to overthrow the oppressive regime of the dictator in the process, because you know that's what we do, right? Casually traveling around the world, drinking piñatas, and then boom, you are the leader of some separatist movement in the country that you have never even heard of before. And yes, I know what piñata is, I'm just trolling you. Of course, Far Cry 4 is not the newest title of the franchise, but it is still a great game with a great price. The world of Far Cry is really impressive and alive, with terrain spanning from lush forests to the snow-capped Himalayas. The entire world is teeming with life and deadly encounters. Leopards, rhinos, black eagles and vicious honey badgers. This is a home of untouched wildlife, so every time as you embark on your hunt for resources, know that something may be hunting you as well. Marvel's Midnight Suns. First, I must say that you can get the Steam version of Marvel's Midnight Suns on Humble Bundle January choice for only €10. Along with it, you will get 2 Point Campus and 6 other games. You can find my link to this collection in the description below. Anyway, you will become the Hunter, the first fully customizable original hero in the Marvel universe. You can personalize your appearance, choose your reactions to situations, and build friendships with other Marvel characters spanning the Avengers, X-Men, Runaways, and so on. Like in many similar games, you will decide who to take with you on missions, which missions to embark on, and a host of other options to make this a unique experience. The game is made by the creators of the legendary XCOM series, so there is no surprise that the game has a very positive review score on Steam and is appreciated by Marvel fans and by turn-based lovers as well. For example, I liked superhero movies, but when they started to make like 7 of them every year, I stopped watching, and I have no idea who half of these superheroes in this game are. Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. You'll embark on an epic adventure full of whimsy, wonder, and high-powered weaponry. Bullets, magic, and broadswords collide across this chaotic fantasy world brought to life by the unpredictable Tiny Tina, which is your disorderly guide through this realm where rules rarely apply. You will explore a vast overworld spanning majestic cities, dank mushroom forests, and epic fortresses. You can choose your own multi-class hero and loot, shoot, slash, and cast your way through outlandish monsters and loot-filled dungeons. Take on a quest to stop the tyrannical Dragon Lord and show everyone who's the real boss is. Well, as always, probably not you. You can play it alone or co-op with a friend. Chaotic Great Edition includes full game and additional But Stallion pack, Blight Collar class, 4 dungeons with new bosses, loot and environments, and Dragon Lord pack bonus content. Although it has mostly positive review score on Steam, so if you are not made of money, I suggest you put the game into your wishlist and wait for a bigger discount. The Pale Beyond. You never wanted to lead this expedition, but here you are. Stuck on and in the ice, your captain is missing and you are stranded miles from civilization. Someone has to take charge, and that is you, unfortunately. Because, you know, knowing you now, everyone is certainly doomed. You will have to manage your resources, balance safety and morale, make the hard calls, and head in the only direction you can, through the Pale Beyond. Keeping your crew and your dogs safe, fed and warm during the expedition is mandatory. You know, surviving on the ice will matter little in the face of a mutiny. Every vote will count, so keep the crew, at least the majority of it, on your side. Or you will hang and someone else will take the lead, but that won't be your story anymore. This is a wonderful, story-rich game. I can recommend it for everyone who likes games like that without a doubt. Watch Dogs 2. You will play as a brilliant young hacker living in the San Francisco Bay Area. You will team up with a notorious group of hackers to execute the biggest hack in history. Take down an invasive operating system being used by criminal masterminds to monitor and manipulate citizens on a massive scale. So you are a good guy after all, not like baddies who hack potato salad recipes and add pineapple to them. Anyway, you can explore the dynamic open world full of possibilities. Hack into every connected device and take control of the city infrastructure. You will develop different skills to suit your playstyle and also upgrade your hacker tools, RC cars, quadcopter drone, 3D printed weapons, and much more. People on Steam are saying that here you can actually watch dogs. Also, people are recommending to buy a bit more expensive gold edition instead of a base game to get all the goodies and DLCs. Bioshock, the collection. This great deal is not appearing in the search bar, you can only find it when you actually click on any Bioshock game and then scroll down a little. This is a well-known shooter franchise loaded with weapons and interesting tactics. You'll have a complete arsenal at your disposal, from simple revolvers to grenade launchers and chemical throwers. This awesome pack contains all 3 Bioshock games and 5 DLCs just for €12 or similar amount of USD. Basically all 3 games with DLCs combined are now cheaper than any one game separately. First and second Bioshock games were set underwater, but in the third one you go high in the sky to the city among the clouds named Columbia. The year is 1912 and you have to rescue a mysterious girl or die trying. One man on Steam said very wise words about Bioshock. Listen to that.
Before I played Bioshock games, I had a small penis, no girlfriend and no will to live. None of these things have changed, but the games are pretty good.
And I have to agree, yeah, Bioshock franchise is awesome. Wall World. This is a mining roguelite with tower defense elements and a very affordable price. You'll explore procedurally generated mines and discover fantastical biomes, find resources and technologies and purchase valuable upgrades, fight off hordes of aggressive monsters using your mobile base and roam the world freely day and night in various weather conditions, find traces of the others and boldly mine where no man has mined before. The game has a really fun concept, beautiful art style and reminds me a bit of a Dome Keeper, another beautiful indie game. People on Steam are saying that the game has a great replay value and a bit of a boring ending, but this game is the journey, not the destination. The Expanse, a Telltale series. If you like science fiction but never watched the Expanse TV show, well, you should. These are one of the best sci-fi series ever made. Although at first you may be overwhelmed by the count of the characters and political intrigues, don't give up. The show really delivers if you stick to it. And this is Telltale's take on this wonderful world and story. Here you'll explore the dangerous and uncharted edges of the belt. From scavenging wrecked ships in zero-G environment to surviving a mutiny or fighting fearsome pirates, you will have to make difficult choices and then suffer the consequences. You will scour shipwrecks, use magnetic boots to walk on walls and ceilings, and utilize zero-G thrusters to flow through the void. As you explore mysterious ships and the open expanse of space, you will interact with objects in the world and speak with members of your crew. The game consists of 5 episodes, so plenty of mind food for you. Isonzo. This is a World War I game based on the Italian front. Inspired by the 2-year struggle for control of the Isonzo River Valley and the Alps, the game will lead you across stunning landscapes as you choose your path to victory. Cut your way through barbed wire, flank your enemies by following mountain trails, or man a mortar to blast a way through. Shape a dynamic battlefield by laying sandbags and wire, placing ammo crates, deploying trench periscopes or sniper shields. Fight with more than 30 unique weapons, survive poisonous gas attacks and intense artillery barrages. People on Steam are saying that mostly here you will run up the hill for 20 minutes and then you die. Somehow that is still a fun experience. The game is a proud owner of a very positive review score, so no tricks here. Far Cry New Dawn. Far Cry games have always been colorful, but this is an absolutely next level of an airy-fairy unicorn carnage. They call it vibrant, I call it eye-melting. Despite that, Far Cry New Dawn is a decent game. Here you will dive into a post-apocalyptic Montana, 17 years after a global nuclear catastrophe. You will join fellow survivors and lead the fight against the dangerous new mob and their ruthless leaders, as they seek to take over the last remaining resources. And you are not in a mood to give your potato salad to anyone. You are more fond of bloodshed and carnage, and this is what you will do here. If you have a friend or loving mother-in-law, you can play this game together in co-op mode as well. People on Steam are bashing New Dawn for being just a shadow of Far Cry 5, and I agree, it should have been a DLC. But when it's on sale, why not? It costs as DLC as well, except you don't need the base game to play it. The Quarry. I would say that this is a usual slasher movie, except this time it's a game, where all the stupid decisions of the protagonist are made by you. So here you'll be in charge of a band of teenagers who decided to go to a distant quarry and celebrate, something. And things quickly took a turn for the worse. Hunted by blood-drenched locals and something far more sinister, your plans unravel into an unpredictable night of horror. Friendly banter and flirtations give way to life or death decisions, as relationships build or break under the strain of unimaginable choices, made by you by the way. You will play as each of 9 characters in a thrilling cinematic tale, where every decision shapes your unique story from a tangled web of possibilities. Any character can be the star of the show or die before daylight comes, and it's all your fault. Honestly, this game is better played in the company of friends, or with your loving mother-in-law, so you could laugh and be scared together. In other waters. This is one of the coolest indie games I have stumbled on recently. Story begins when Ellery is called to the planet Gliese, only to arrive at an abandoned base. She finds herself adrift in an ocean of secrets with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. And you play not as an Ellery, as you already assumed, but as this AI. How the turns have tabled, huh? So you have to guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. The planet's unique life and its dark history are yours to uncover, and the bond between you and Ellery will be tested by the secrets you learn. People are talking that this game floats somewhere between an art project, a work of fiction, and an experiment in minimalist UI design. I absolutely agree, and I will add the fact that this game is awesome, and if you like stuff like that, you should definitely try it out. The Evil Within 2. You will play as Detective Sebastian Castellanos, who has lost everything. Well, that is written in the game's description, but I honestly hope that he didn't lose his ding-dong. That would suck. So anyway, you were given a chance to save your daughter, and have to descend into the nightmarish world. Horrifying threats emerge from every corner as the world twists and wraps around you. Here you can craft traps, sneak, run and hide, or try to battle the horrors with limited ammo. Sounds familiar, right? Yep, if you are a fan of Resident Evil, the second part of The Evil Within will hit you straight into your feelings. It's a really great game with more than 90% of positive review score. Panorama. If you know the game Dwarf Romantic, which I featured several times in my videos already, Panorama is basically the same, just with different graphic style. Well, not only that, here the world is completely 3D and you can zoom in on your creation and admire all those tiny details you have placed. Like, notice that all the tractors are driven by cats, which is ridiculous and also very cute. So here you will create landscapes and also discover a wide range of structures with special abilities. Enter the world of beauty and tranquility with the panoramas of your own creation. Also, you can pet your animals and get additional scores for that. This is a great relaxing game after a hard day of work, also perfectly suitable for your mother-in-law. Lucius. You will play as a boy who was born on a date with a lot of sixes. Of course, because your name is Lucius, a derivative from Lucifer, and surprise surprise, it turns out that you are some kind of a devil's child.
What?
The fun part of this game is that you have supernatural powers, some telekinesis, some mind control, and some regular scheming. Killing anyone that moves while being cute and little is cool and not creepy at all, right? So in each level you will solve adventure game style puzzles in order to murder someone. So exciting. There are 3 parts of a game, well 4 if you include Lucius demake, so in case of loving the game, your free time is covered quite well. And as one review on Steam said, this game is a perfect little gift for your Christian friends. Far Cry 5. Here you will spill rivers of blood and your victims will drown in their own liquids because you are awesome and they suck. Your task is to stand up to cult leader Joseph Seed and his siblings to spark the fires of resistance and liberate the besieged community. In other words, you will have to get rid of fanatics without any political correctness. You can play alone or in 2-player co-op in this vast open world. Use a huge arsenal of weapons from rocket launchers to shovels and take control of iconic muscle cars, ATVs, planes and more to engage the cult forces in epic fights. The bad thing is, as always, Ubisoft launcher with all the DRM problems, so it seems like the company treats you like a thief in advance. And paradoxically, you know where you could find the game without DRM? On various pirate sites. They removed it. So what is the point of punishing us, paying customers, when pirates can enjoy the game without any stuff like that? You suck, Ubisoft. Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. Recently I played it for several hours and I was really impressed. This indie dark fantasy title follows the Elder Scrolls formula to the letter. Here you play from the first-person perspective. You can use magic, shoot with bows or swing mighty melee weapons. And the more you use one skill or another, the more powerful it becomes. Literally, the vibes from Morrowind are here as well. If you jump a lot, you will train your jumping skill and later you can jump higher. If you run a lot, you will start running faster. If you fight with a two-handed sword, your two-handed damage will become come higher. If you make a bowl of delicious potato salad, well, you get the point, right?
No, only left.
Oh, shut up. Also, you can assign various perks and skill points when you level up and create your unique character. And the game really rewards exploration. You can find many hidden items, boss battles, or even entire huge areas if you go off the beaten path. I left starting area with about 15 jars filled with brain and several tongs of a drowner. Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon really delivers in the field of items and various stuff in general. Like in Elder Scrolls games, you can take items directly from the world and put them into your almost endless pocket. I did the calculations. If you really want, you can carry more than 100 hats. You probably may even become a hat seller.
From where did you get these fancy hats, boy?
Well, I kill people and take their belongings.
Alrighty then, we'll give you 1 gold for the fancy one.
That is a deal. Despite all that, keep in mind that the game is in early access and is not finished yet. Thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.